Hey guys, it's Max from Crypto Potato with another market update. Let's dive right in. This week in crypto, Bitcoin reached $10,000 in market value. The crypto market continues to break new highs. In November, the crypto market climbed to a market value of $300 billion, a growth of about $100 million in less than a month. The fear of missing the crypto train grows more and more relevant every single day, especially with this wave of hype. But we have to ask, is this all happening too quickly? In the Bitcoin sector, it seems that Bitcoin owners continue to reap the fruits from the forks. Money comes from actual thin air. As of writing this update, the value of Bitcoin plus Bitcoin Cash plus Bitcoin Gold is $11,800. In other words, Bitcoin continues to yield a very good return to its investors. The news about the forks and the possibility of receiving more new money only from holding Bitcoin has attracted quite a few investors recently. We anticipate that even more investors will be attracted to this opportunity. There's likely to be more forks in the future, but at the moment it is difficult to predict whether that will really happen and whether it will turn out like Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Gold. In the altcoin sector, there's stabilization both against Bitcoin and against the dollar. In the past week, as a result of the market attempt to correct a bit from the downtrend, we see a positive trend in most of the altcoin markets. However, this trend was slowed down with the increase of Bitcoin towards $8,500. In this zone, only a small proportion out of all altcoins were doing better against their Bitcoin value. Against the dollar, it seems that most of the major altcoins flourish, along with the rise of Bitcoin. Even some of the altcoins such as Litecoin, Dash, and Ethereum broke new dollar all-time highs. Let's move on to some headlines of this week. Bitfinex, one of the world's largest crypto exchange, has begun to trade in euros. This is possible through cooperation with a Polish bank. Bitstamp makes another step towards making cryptocurrencies legit, now letting you buy altcoins such as Ripple, Litecoin, and Ethereum directly using a credit card. In other words, there's no need to purchase Bitcoin and then convert to altcoins as it used to be. Next, the largest underground shopping mall in South Korea announced that it would cooperate with a local crypto money change, allowing customers to pay in Bitcoin in its 620 stores. Pretty cool. Next up in regulation news around the world, Malaysia has initiated the regulation of cryptocurrencies market and announced that starting in 2018, converting crypto to fiat will be considered money laundering. Lately, Tether has been suspected of being responsible for a Bitcoin pump from last week. Up next, the Ministry of Finance in Morocco issued a statement to the public that the use of cryptocurrencies violate the existing law, and therefore fines and penalties will be imposed on traders. Next up, in India, we see it shows a slightly more positive attitude towards the use of crypto regulation. In November, India's Supreme Court ordered the Ministry of Finance and other authorities to promote legislation regarding the enactment of Bitcoin in the country, but the authorities have not yet taken any significant steps as to this date. This may end up leading to changes in the public opinion. At the Bitcoin conference in Taiwan earlier this week, Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, unveiled the project's plans for the next 3 to 5 years. The main points that were made were the transition to the Casper protocol, Ethereum's problem with scalability, and the improved security of the platform. Finally, let's look at today's graphs. Let's start with Bitcoin. Although in Bitstamp and Bitfinex, the 10K mark has not yet been seen, in the Eastern markets like Bithumb, we have already reached it. From the graph's point of view, we seem to have entered a parabolic movement. Bitcoin started a sharp and fast movement beginning in the $6,000 area, breaking resistance levels at $7,500. This did not really change the sentiment that continued to push up. Bitcoin continued its rapid growth in the $8,000 area, heading for the $10,000 range. Rapid growth may lead to a short-term correction back to $8,000. Trading in Bitstamp currently moves around $9,850, facing really close towards 10K area. Currently, there are no resistance levels above all-time highs. Up next, Ethereum. Last week against Bitcoin, the coin broke resistance levels at 0.05 Bitcoin and found new resistance at 0.06 Bitcoin. The rise of Bitcoin has brought with it a correction, and support for the last few hours has moved around to 0.04 Bitcoin. However, Ethereum is still higher than last week. It should be noted that Ethereum is expected to move to POS soon. Against the dollar, Ethereum crossed the $400 resistance and reached a record high of $518. After the ignition, a correction down to $420. This correction held for a short time, and currently Ethereum is being traded around $460. A completely different story from what the graph against Bitcoin. Next, Bitcoin Cash. The crazy rally from last week, which reached 0.22 Bitcoin, was halted when Bitcoin started its rise. You can see it's marked with the red line on the graph. Following the rise of Bitcoin, a decline started from 0.15 Bitcoin area, which is not far from the support area that started this uptrend in the 0.14 Bitcoin area. This is marked with a yellow line. Against the dollar, the price surged this week to $1,760. In this area, we saw resistance level, and despite attempts to break through these areas, we received a correction to $1,500, where it's now being traded. The most recent support for the price, according to the graph, lies around $1,250. Next, Bitcoin Gold. This week, we saw a nice wave of trading for this young altcoin. The price rose to 0.049 Bitcoin and then started a correction back to 0.04 Bitcoin. There it didn't hold much, down to 0.33 Bitcoin. At the moment, the support areas seem to be around 0.03 Bitcoin. Against the dollar, we took a graph from OpenFX, where it's been traded for a longer period of time, and the price is currently very volatile and is trading around $335. Bitcoin Gold seems to find its support area around $280 to $300 and resistance levels at $400. Next, Ripple. Ripple versus Bitcoin did not look good. The price has been on a downward trend since May, where it reached a nearly 10 times all-time high from the current rate. However, in the last few weeks, we've noticed growing interest in the project, which could lead to an increase in Ripple's value. In addition, it should be taken into account that at the beginning of the year, the rate was lower than it is now. So a long and healthy correction would benefit for investors. Recently, the rate has been traded around 2,600 Satoshi, with support around 2,400 Satoshi and resistance around 4,000 Satoshi. Against the dollar, the coin has been fairly stable. After trying to break its all-time high at 46 cents, a correction was starting down to 20 cents. Currently, it's trading around 26 cents with resistance in the 30 cents zones. Last but not least, we have IOTA. In the past week, we noticed an increase in trading volume, and in recent hours, we broke the resistance line. Against the dollar, the coin broke its all-time high and currently stands at $1.25. This was following breaking resistance levels in the 80 cents area. That's all that we have for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.